Question number 33. XYZ is an Indian firm will need to pay Japanese yen 5 lakh on 30th of June. In order to hedge the risk involved in the foreign currency transaction, the firm is considering two options: forward market cover and currency option cover. So on April 1st, yen by rupee quotes are given to you. Okay, yen is a weaker currency when compared to rupee. Okay, spot is given and 3 months forward is given. So basically these quotes are correct. See, because 1 rupee is equal to yen 1.9516 shows a clear picture, clear scenario. So these are yen by rupee quotes. So see, basically what are they saying is you have to pay Japanese yen on 30th of June, and in order to hedge the foreign currency fluctuations or the risk that is involved, you are considering two hedging options. One is forward market cover, another one is currency options. Forward market cover, very easy, directly you can get it. Forward rates are given to you. Important thing for us to focus on is the currency options. So let's do that. The prices for the foreign currency option on purchase are as follows. Strike price is given to you yen 2.125, call option June and put option June is given to you. These are premiums. Okay, if you remember, in options you have to pay upfront premium. So these are those for call option separately and put option separately. Okay, and strike price, of course, that is given to you. All these are in yen. Correct. Now what? For excess or balance yen covered, the firm would use forward rate as future spot rate. Okay, you are required to recommend a cheaper hedging alternatives. Simple, first do it by forward, then do it by the options, and then compare the cheaper ones, right? Compare in whichever is the cheaper, that is, in whichever case the outflow is less, you select that. Okay, let's solve the forward contract here only. See, pay yen, that is buy yen. Okay, 3 months forward is given to you, and these rates are once again yen by rupee rates. Okay, so buy yen, which is, but the quote given to me is a rupee quote. Okay, so can I say buy yen is similar or nothing but sell rupee? And when you sell, the customer always sells at a lower price, lower quote rather. So this is my rate 1.9726, correct? The rate is fixed. Now what is my exposure? The exposure is yen 5 lakh. And what is my rate that I fixed? It is yen by rupee 1.9726. So if I want to cancel out the common currency, which is yen in this case, whether should I divide or multiply this rate? I have to divide. See, you'll get the reason why I'm doing this. Yen by rupee 1.9726, the 3 month forward. Only when I do this, my yen goes, and I'll be left with rupee equivalent. What? Let's calculate. 5 lakh divided by 1.9726, 2,53,472. Correct? So this is my forward contract, right? Basically the outflow if I enter into a forward contract. Now I have to compare this with the outflow if I enter into an options contract. Okay, let's do the options contract as well. We can do it right here. No, let's do it on a fresh page. So let's start the options hedge strategy. Okay, first things first, you have to pay. Again, I'm starting from the very basic. Pay yen 5 lakh because you are an importer, correct? In order to pay this yen, what you'll do is you'll buy yen. Great. Okay, at what price? The strike price that is given to me is, in case of call option, the strike price or exercise price, whatever you want to call it, exercise or the strike price that is given to me is 2.125. Okay, this is yen by rupee. Got it? Now what we have to do, we have to do the same thing that we did in the forward cover. Okay, so my exposure is yen 5 lakh, and my strike price, if you notice, it's a rupee quote. So only when I divide this yen by rupee 2.125 will I get a rupee equivalent. Basically the common currency will cancel out, yen in this case. Okay, if I multiply, that would not have been the case. It's a rupee quote. So what I get now is 5 lakh divided by 2.125. How much? 2,35,294. 2,35,294. What? Rupee equivalent. Okay, now I have the rupee equivalent. Now, if it was forward contract, you would have just used the forward rate instead of the strike price, and that would have been the end. This would be the outflow. This is not the case in case of options. In options, you have to pay an upfront premium as well. Okay, now see, if you notice the question, they have given you two premiums, a call premium and a put premium. Now think, what is this option? Is it a call option or a put option? Once again, we start from the very beginning. These are, by the way, yen by rupee. Okay, let's start. Once again, the importer has to pay yen. It means he is going to buy yen. Unfortunately, the codes that are available to us are yen by rupee codes. Okay, let me write it a little better. Yen by rupee codes. Okay, so basically it's the rupee code that is available to you. So when I say buy yen, can I also say it is nothing but sell rupee? In a code there are only two currencies. So if one action is buying one currency, another action is selling another currency. Got it? Why am I doing it? Once again, because the code given to me is a rupee code. Okay, so sell rupee. Okay, now sell. Now I hope you know this very basic. Call option rather means buy, and sell, wait, put option. Put option is nothing but sell. Got it? So we are selling rupee here. A rupee quote is given to us, so hence we'll be using the put option. Got it? Why we are using the put option, and ultimately the put premium basically. So let's go and find out the put premium from the question here. Put premium is 0.098. This is not percentage, these are direct rates given to you. Put rates, yen by rupee. Okay, so 0.098. Okay, you have to add it here, plus premium, put premium. The put premium would be 0.098. This is yen by rupee into rupee 2,35,294. Okay, now the issue here would be, see, rupee would cancel out and you will be left with yen equivalent. Okay, if you notice this transaction, but what I need is, I need rupees, because I need my outflow in rupee. See, my outflow in case of options would be this particular amount, rupee 2,35,294, plus the premium, which has to be paid at spot today itself, which comes in yen terms. If you just notice the calculation up to now, what I have to do is, I have to make sure that I get it into equivalent rupees. For that, which rate will I use? Which rate? Let's go back to the question. See, question number 33, this is the question. The spot is given to you, the 3-month forward is given. 3-month forward we've already used for the forward rates. Not important. Spot is important. Why? Because the premium is paid at spot. The options premium is paid today at spot always. Okay, now again two rates are given to you, the ask and the bid. Which rate are you going to use for that? See, if you had noticed, what I had was rupee 2,35,000 something multiplied by yen by rupee, which was 0.098. The premium, the put premium, rupee would have gone. I would be left with the yen equivalent, right? what I would need is this yen equivalent. Let me write the amount as well, 2,35,000 roughly. Okay, I would need this yen. Basically I have to buy these yen because I have to pay the premium. In order to pay the premium, by default I'm assuming that the importer does not have any funds, so he will have to buy from the bank these yen amount. Or let me just actually calculate this amount, so then it will be easy for you to understand. Here, let's calculate this amount. 2,35,000, no, 2,35,294 into 0.098. This is giving me how much yen? 23,058. Okay, so this basically gives me yen 23,050. Let me just go and write the entire new thing. Here, see. My outflow in case of options was 2,35,294, right, rupee. I have to add the put premium as well. How much was that premium? 2,35,294 rupee multiplied by yen by rupee 0.098, correct? When you solve this, what will I get? I'll get something in the yen. That something comes up to 23,058. 23,058 yen. Now if you notice, I have to get total outflow, because then only then will I be able to compare what is my outflow in case of options hedging strategy and the forward hedging strategy, and whichever will be the lower one, I'll select that, right? But I need that in one currency. If you notice clearly, the outflow initially was in rupee, my base outflow, and my premium outflow is in yen. I have to change this. So what I have to do is get this converted to rupee as well, the premium to rupee. Now I can do it very easily. See here, let me erase this all. Okay, yen 23,058. What I'll do is I have to pay this premium at spot. So I go back to the question and find out the rate with which I can use to convert this yen into equivalent rupee. How will I do this? First of all, see, I have two rates in the question. Before going to the question, let's understand the scenario here first. I will need these yen to make payment for premium. Okay, so basically I have to buy yen. Unfortunately, the code that is available to me, once again I'm writing, is a yen by rupee code. So it's a rupee code that is available to me. So when I say buy yen, can I also say it is nothing but sell rupee, right? Sell rupee. So what I'll do is, since the code with me is a rupee code, I'll say I want to sell these rupees. So for that, the customer is always at a loss. The customer will select a quote which is a lower one. Are you able to understand? Now let's go to the question to select the ask and the bid part of the spot rate. Why the spot rate? You understood? Why the ask or the bid? In this case, it will be the bid, the lower rate, because I'm selling rupee. How I got the sell rupee was from buy yen. From that I interpreted it to sell rupee. Why? Because the code given to me is a rupee code. Hope it's clear. Let's find out the bid rate from the question now. This is the question. The spot is given to you. The bid and ask is given to you. The customer is always at a loss. So when you are selling, the customer sells at a lower quote. So 1.9516 or 1.9511. 1.9516 or 1.9711, sorry. So the answer is a clear 1.9516, because it's the lower one. Okay, now the quote that this is, it's a yen by rupee quote. Okay, 1.9516. So now you go back to the solution. See this. Let me just remove all this excess from here. Right. So the code given to me is a rupee by yen code. Only when I divide, not a rupee by yen code, it's a yen by rupee code. Yen by rupee 1.9516. Only when I divide the yen will go, and what I need, my ultimate objective was to get the rupee equivalent for premium, right? I needed, the premium was available to me in terms of yen, but I needed in rupees so that I can add these both and get the final outflow. Okay, my objective is satisfied now. But first I have to calculate this. So do that, divided by 1.9516. This comes up to 11,815 roughly. What? Rupee. What I need. Okay. Now this rupee and this rupee, can I add? Yes, I can do that. Let's add them both and get the final outflow. So this was 11,815 plus 235, 294. Gives me an outflow of 2,47,109 rupee. Okay, now compare this outflow with the forward outflow. The forward outflow we had already calculated here, 253,472. So clearly you can see that the outflow in case of options hedging strategy is less. So we go with that. We hedge through the options, the put option to be very specific. Correct? I hope you are able to understand this. Okay, I'm sorry because the handwritings are quite rough in this particular solution. Sorry for that. Thank you. Bye.